Welcome to this yoga practice, which is for an upper body release. This is a beautiful practice for any time of day and for any body, but especially those who are feeling a lot of tension and tightness in the shoulders and upper body. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, for more yoga flows every single week. We will start in a child's pose at the back of the mat. You can take your knees really wide apart and bring your forehead to the mat, just taking the toes together and the knees as wide as you can. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, then take a block or your hands underneath the forehead and prioritize bringing your sitting bones back to your heels. Take a few deep breaths here, bringing yourself into your yoga practice through the breath. Just feeling the inhale open up the back body, and the exhale help you find some stillness. And then when you're ready, extend the arms towards the top of the mat. Stretch into all 10 fingers to feel that length coming down the underarms and the sides of the body. You can take a little wiggle from side to side here. Just taking a couple of nice, long, slow breaths as you wiggle the shoulders from side to side, keeping your elbows straight. And then we'll walk the hands over to the top left corner of the mat, interlace the fingers with one hand on top of the other, and then press the knuckles away from you towards the top left corner of the mat as you drop your head down in the center, and then open your right shoulder out towards the right side. So your left shoulder presses down, your right shoulder lifts up, and you feel this juicy stretch down the whole side of the body as you reach even further into the hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh the air out, imagining you could even release that tension through the exhale. And then we'll walk it over to the other side. This time left hand comes on top of right. Send the knuckles down away from you, and then drop your head down as you swivel your left shoulder up and your right shoulder down towards the mat. Taking a couple of deep breaths here into the side body and sighing the air out through the mouth. Then we'll come back into the center and up to a tabletop position. To avoid putting unnecessary pressure and tension into the wrists and the arms in our yoga poses where we're up on the hands, you want to really press out of the shoulders. Find that strength and intelligence in the shoulders so that your shoulder blades are flat to your upper back and you're using the whole strength of both arms and not just dumping the weight into the shoulder blades. So we'll try a few little scapular lifts to activate the shoulders, lowering the chest and then lifting up towards the ceiling, really strengthening this part of the body. And we think sometimes that strength means tightness, but actually to have flexibility and mobility, we need that strength as well, and that awareness in the muscles, and a good balance of strength and flexibility to avoid injury and tension. From here, walk the hands forward towards the top of the mat. Think about the center of your chest going down towards the floor as you look forward for a puppy pose, opening the underarms towards the floor. And then maybe lowering your forehead down as you feel that stretch in the underarms, and keep your elbows lifted. Keep your arms straight and your fingers extending out towards the top of the mat. Another deep breath in. And then crawl your way all the way back into a child's pose. This time interlacing the hands behind you and letting the knuckles drop overhead, coming into a rabbit pose, coming onto the balls of the feet, keeping your weight back in the legs as you drop the arms overhead and feel that stretch across the chest and into the shoulders, opening up the throat, the back of the neck, not putting too much weight in that head, just resting it down. Feeling that stretch in the chest. Maybe drop the knuckles over to one side and then the other. Really enjoying the stretch, leaning into it. And then release the arms down. Come back up to your tabletop position. From here, take your right hand into the center of the mat underneath the face. And as you breathe in, unwind, open up through the left side. Feeling this release and juicy stretch across the front of the chest and the body. Breathe into the left side body. And then you can turn your left thumb back towards the back of the mat. Bend your elbow and hook the arm round behind your lower back as you swivel the chest even more up towards the sky. If you've got long arms and you can reach, you can even hook your left hand all the way around onto the front of your right thigh as you stretch up with the chest. Again, press out of that right shoulder. And then breathe in to reach up with the left arm. Take it over towards the top of the mat, stretching out down the left side of the body. Breathe in and exhale, release. Ready for the other side. Left hand comes into the center. Breathe in, open up through the right side body, reaching the right fingers towards the sky. Really leaning into this stretch here. Keep pressing out of the left shoulder so the shoulder is away from the ear. Then turning the right palm towards the opposite edge of the mat. Hook it down behind you and maybe even go for that bind if you can. Swiveling the heart up towards the sky and breathing into the twist. Another deep breath in as you unwind. And exhale, coming back to center. Coming back onto the left side, breathing in, send the arm up. And then as you exhale, thread it underneath you for a thread the needle, bringing the left side of your face and the left shoulder down to the floor. As you press the right fingers into the mat and swivel the heart upwards. So you might need to wiggle around and find where the stretch feels good on your body. And then again, if it is accessible to you, you can take the right arm up and behind you and come to that bind again, reaching the right fingers as far around the body as you can, maybe even onto the left thigh, as you swivel the heart up towards the sky. Another deep breath in. As you unwind, exhale. Press the right hand into the mat and breathe in to unwind. Left hand comes back down, ready for the other side. Breathing and reach up through the right fingers and exhale, thread it underneath, bringing the right shoulder down to the floor, right side of the face to the floor and left fingers tented in front of your face as you swivel the heart up towards the ceiling. Breathe down into the twist and then reaching up with that left arm and behind you if that felt good on the other side. As you take the breath into the twist. Another deep breath in, and as you exhale, unwind. Press the left hand down. And then we'll come into a cat spine, hugging the lower belly in towards the spine as you tuck the chin. Feel that stretch across the shoulders. And then we'll tuck the toes under. Send the belly back onto the thighs. Keep finding that press out of the shoulder joint. As you make your way back into downward facing dog. The more that you press out of the shoulders, the more that you'll take tension out of the shoulders. So The shoulders are almost reaching towards the ears, but not actually touching the ears. And your chin is tucking towards the chest. And then in your downward dog, whether you need the knees bent or you have the heels all the way to the mat, you can pedal out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Just stretching out the whole back chain of the body. Sometimes that tension in the upper body can really come from the legs. Tightness in the legs, tightness in the hips. It all joins up and can lead to a tense neck or tight shoulders. From there, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet, coming to a forward fold at the back of your mat. Grounding down into the feet and bending the knees as much as you need to bring the belly to the thighs. You can grab opposite elbows and hang the body heavy over the legs. Take a little sway from side to side and really allow that weight to sink back into the heels, maybe rocking forwards and back, and feeling how when you fully relax the head and neck, let the head hang down, let the arms hang down, you can feel the tension falling out of your spine as your body lengthens towards the earth. And then from there you can interlace the fingers behind your lower back and drop the knuckles down overhead like we did in that rabbit pose. Keeping as much of a bend in the knees as you need, feeling that stretch across the chest and the front of the shoulders. A few breaths here. And then exhale to release. From here, bending the knees as much as you need to take your feet to your hands, bring the toes to the inner wrist creases, and then pull up on the knees, pull up on the hands, creating this tension in the arms to really stretch out the sides of the body, the backs of the legs, and the shoulders. Keep your head relaxed down, and then release the hands and make your way slowly up to standing, rolling one vertebra at a time till you reach standing. And coming to standing at the top of your mat, interlace the fingers behind you, point down away towards the mat as you shine the chest forward. And then take the feet as wide as the mat with the toes pointing inwards, so you're pigeon-toed, and send the heels out as you fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. You can take the feet even wider if this feels good. And then release the arms down. Take your right hand around the back of your right ankle with the right elbow around the back of the calf. Then take your left hand onto the top of your right foot and send the left elbow forwards as you look underneath the left shoulder. Lean the body in towards that left side and really grip with the right hand around the back of the ankle to feel this amazing stretch come down the left side of the body into the left side ribs. Couple of breaths here. And then coming back into the center, ready for the other side, hooking your left hand around the back of your left ankle, right hand comes to the top of the left foot, and then send your right elbow forwards as you lean the body towards that right side, opening the body out, taking a few deep breaths. Another deep breath in. And exhale, release into the center. From here, heel toe the feet slightly closer. Bring the heels so they're pointing inwards, and then bend into the knees for a little malasana squat. So You're making this lotus shape with your legs, and then you can sway the hips from side to side a little. And then from your malasana, make your way in any way that you can down onto the mat and scoot yourself forwards so that you can lie down flat on your back on the mat. Take your heels in towards your glutes. And then as you breathe in, lift the hips up towards the sky, coming into a bridge position. You can take the arms back behind you and overhead, interlace the fingers and reach into the fingers, stretching out down the sides of the body. Have a deep breath in and exhale, release it down. Take the arms out into a T or a cactus shape. If your shoulders don't sit flat on the floor, then maybe bring your arms down by the sides. Otherwise, moving the hips over to the right edge of the mat, cross your right leg over the left for an eagle leg position, and then drop the knees over towards the left side, coming into this deep spinal twist, trying to imagine both shoulders reaching the mat, creating this open chest. And then take your right hand onto your chest and use it to adjust yourself so that this right shoulder is really pressing down. Drag it across the chest and then extend the arm once again. Take a couple of full breaths here. Have a deep breath in and out. And then when you're ready, make your way back into the center. Move your hips over towards the opposite side, and then the legs come over in the opposite direction. Readjust your shoulders and then take that self-adjustment with the left hand, pressing the chest down and dragging it across. Breathe into the twist. And when you're ready, come out, make your way back into the center, bring your arms down by your sides, and heels come as wide as the mat. Tuck the shoulder blades down underneath you and release yourself into relaxation. Feeling any remaining tension in the body melt away as you allow your weight to be fully supported by the floor. Giving yourself a few moments of total stillness. Now bringing your awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Turn your head from side to side. Point the toes towards the edge of the mat. Reach your arms back behind you for one final stretch of the whole body. Then as you exhale, release. And turn yourself over to lying on one side, taking the time you need. And then pressing yourself up when you're ready to a seated position. Finding that comfortable seat in the center of your mat with a nice tall spine. rediscover those deep, long breaths. And then bringing your hands to heart center, bow your head. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you are feeling so much more relaxed and so much more open and released in the upper body. If you enjoyed it, please comment below. Tell me what else you want to see next. Like the video and subscribe for more. I will link some other classes on the screen here for what to practice next. Have a beautiful day. Bye.